All right, guys, we're only 3 minutes late. We're only 3 minutes late. Those of you who waited around, thank you so much for waiting around. It looks like something was deleted on Facebook, so I'm trying to make it work real quick. But if it doesn't work, I'll just go back and try to do that later. I don't want to mess up what is working, if you guys know what I mean. So, if you're joining us today on the live broadcast, I'm super excited. We're going to talk about the eight simple steps to buying a home. It's the more knowledge that you have, the less stressful the whole process will be. Am I right? Am I right? Thumbs up if that sounds right, if that makes sense. Okay, first off, if you want copies of the slides, just go ahead and scan that QR code. It'll have you fill out the information request form, basically your name, email, and cell phone. And then when you do that and hit submit, it signs you up for the newsletter, signs you up for the monthly Seminole Oklahoma real estate market updates, and it will get you straight to the slides so that you have that also. Now, this is my first presentation in Seminole County of Oklahoma. So if my CRM starts talking to you while we're on this seminar, it's my CRM, guys. It's not me, because this is a live seminar. So, okay, 8 steps to buying a home. Okay, perfect. So any questions, put them in the comments. I've got the comments turned on. If there's any questions, put them in the comments. And let's go ahead and head over to our next slide, if I can start making this work. Okay, perfect. So any questions? Like I said, any questions, put them in the comments, and I will watch those, and I will get those answered as they come through. And if there's no questions, okay, we'll go ahead and proceed. So first off, who am I? So my name is Josh Barnett. I'm with eXp Realty. I've been selling real estate for 17 years, 16 and a half, coming up on 17 years. I've directly managed over 615 customers' closings on their real estate. And so if I'm looking off to the side too, guys, it's because I'm presenting to everyone in the room also. So 615 customers' closings on their real estate. I've indirectly referred / helped an additional 1,500 customers to the agents that I work with throughout the state and across the nation at eXp Realty. I've personally owned 7 homes, aka I've personally been through the buying process 7 times. So experience is key. Okay, I've been through it. I don't just do it on a daily basis to help customers, but I've also been through the process 7 times personally. I get it. It's stressful. I get it. Trust me. And then I want everyone to know how to buy a home. And of course, knowledge is power. Okay, any questions on that? No? All right, let's go ahead and move forward. So step 1, when you're wanting to buy a home, is you want to first identify where do you want to live. You know, where do you want to live? You want to live Seminole County, Potawatomi County? Do you want to live in the city of Seminole? Do you want to live outside city limits? Where do you want to live? You need to know your location. Secondly, what price range are you comfortable being in? What price range are you comfortable? What is it called? You don't want to be house broke. You want to stay within your monthly budget. If $1,500 a month is the most you want to spend on a house, let's run the numbers backwards, guys. Let's stay on that budget. Number 3, what is the motivation? Why are you moving? Are you moving from another state because you want to come to the freedom state of Oklahoma, where we stick up for the unborn's rights, where we have patriotic and we love our freedom? Like, what is your motivation for moving? Are you tired of living at home with your mom and dad? Have you went through Voc Tech? You graduated high school, graduated Voc Tech, you got a good paying job, and now it's time to buy a house. You know, are you at that stage in life? What are you wanting to build your net worth? Are you tired of renting? You know, what is it? What's that motivation? These are things you want to think about when you're buying a home, because they're going to help you through the process later. And then agent, who you hire to help you. That's usually someone you know, like, and trust. If you don't know anyone, definitely reach out to me. Let's call. Let's chat about it. I'd love to talk with you and see if I'm a good fit for you. You know, if I'm not a good fit for you, you'll know. No harm, no foul. We're interviewing each other. No big deal. But you need an agent when you're going to buy a home. Can you buy a home without an agent? Sure. But agents make it a lot easier. They absolutely make it a lot easier. Thumbs up. They make it a lot easier. Mortgage. Now, you want to talk to the lender. You want to verify the income's there, the down payment's there, the closing costs. You want to verify all those costs so you can move to that next step. The mortgage, you got to go talk to a lender, and we'll go through that on the next step. That's step 2. And then set the appointment with the lender to meet with them, to call them, to talk with them, so that you guys are not house broke. So you're buying a home within your budget. So you know your down payment, you know your closing costs, et cetera, et cetera. Questions on that? Okay, put any questions in the comments down below, guys. I will get those answered. I'm super excited that you're here today. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you've got a question, someone else probably does too. Okay, pre-approval process. You want to interview lenders, maybe one lender, maybe 2 lenders, but you want to work with someone that you feel comfortable with. Okay, just like with your real estate agent, like when we're working together, you want to work with me if you're comfortable with me. You know, I love God. You know, I support God. That's what I do. I love my family. That's what I do. I try to help people out. If that's not something that you click with, hey, no harm, no foul. That's you. You're the one who's buying the home. This is all about you guys. Okay. So, but if that is someone that you enjoy working with, you know, interview lenders. Pick someone that you are going to be comfortable with. Discuss your needs with the lender. Talk about what you're looking for. You know, talk about as far as payments go. Talk about down payment. Talk about everything with your lender. Do you need down payment assistance? Do you want to use a Native American loan? Do you want to use a VA loan? Talk with the lender about stuff. And a good lender is going to ask you great questions, and they're going to bring this out of you. You're going to answer the questions that get them where they need to take you to that next step. Reach out to me. I've got great contacts on lenders. I'd love to share with you from other lenders that other customers have been happy with. And then, of course, you're going to complete the loan application. It's kind of a daunting task. It takes a little bit of time to complete it, but it's just something you got to do. And then discuss the results of the loan application and the credit check with the lender. Make sure it all lines out. Make sure you're on budget. You do not want to buy more house than you can afford. You do not want to be house broke, guys. You don't want to go take a second job out just to pay for the home. You don't want to miss out on the family vacation every year just to pay for a home. Make sure you're staying within budget. And then choose to move forward with looking at a home, or if the numbers aren't working for you, wait a little, pay down some debt, save up some more closing costs, apply for a job within the same job category that gets you more pay. You know, take that next step in your career path. You know, it's not always the perfect time to buy a house, but it's got to be the perfect time for you when you buy a home. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. And then we begin searching for a home. So based off what the lender says, based off what you're comfortable with, we set you up a search on the MLS. It's going to ding you. This is the system where all the other systems get the houses from, unless they're for sale by owners or invest in industrial sellers, big time, unless they're like private sellers. So basically for sale by owners too, but on a bigger scale. Does that make sense? And then based off of the price ceiling that you're comfortable with, based off of the payments that you're comfortable with, and based off of the down payment you're comfortable with, closing costs, et cetera, we set the search up all on that. And then what you're looking for in the home too, like 3 beds, 2 baths, 2-car garage, or 3 beds, 1 bath, garage doesn't matter. We set the search up based on you. You want 40 acres? We set the search up for 40 acres. That's what we do. We're helping you find a home. Now, there's other sites available out there. Keep an eye on those too. If you see something that might be of interest to you, send it to us. That way we can take a look at it, chat with you about it. And if it's something that does work, because what we set up for you is the criteria you talked about, but if you bring something else and we look at it and we discuss it, and it may or may not work, we want to make sure it works for you. That makes sense? Okay. Then we get a list of homes together and we go preview, guys. We go preview those homes. It's that simple. If you're looking inside city limits, it's about 3 homes per hour. If you're looking outside city limits, it's about 2 homes per hour. So you could judge your schedule when you're looking at your lunchtime or when you're looking when you get off work. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, and then when you find the one, you'll know it. You'll know it. When you're looking for homes and you find the one, you will know it. Trust me, guys. You'll know it. You won't be like, maybe this will work. You won't be like that at all. You will know that it's the right home. Okay, and then after that, we're going to write a winning offer. It's real simple. The seller is already telling you what they want. So it's not that difficult to know what it's going to take to buy it. Is that something that you want to do? You got to ask yourself. Okay. Other things to think about in writing that winning offer. What's a good closing date for you? What is the amount of earnest money that you're comfortable putting down? The more earnest money you put down, the more serious the seller is going to take your offer. Okay. You have to put $10,000 down. No, no, you don't have to do that. If you're buying a $200,000 house, you can typically hold it with $1,000. You can typically hold it with about $1,000. Items to also think about: inspection timelines. Are you getting ready to go on vacation and you want to be present for the inspections, which we recommend you be present for the inspections. We absolutely do. So if you're getting ready to go on vacation, we need to schedule those inspections when you get back from vacation. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if that makes sense. And then also work/vacation days when you're buying the home. Most people like to buy the home on a Friday so they can take the weekend to move. But if your Friday isn't a weekend for you, if your Friday is a Tuesday, let's see if we can close on a Tuesday. That way you can have Wednesday and Thursday to move. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if that makes sense, guys. Okay, step 5. There could be negotiations that come up. Some of the things that you might have to negotiate, even if you wrote a winning offer, are good homes sometimes have multiple offers. If you're falling in love with it, there's a good chance that someone else is falling in love with it too. Right now, our inventory levels are low. So when a good house hits the market, there's usually more than one person interested in buying that home. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay. And then maybe the closing date's not the best for the seller. Maybe the seller wants a 60-day close and not a 30-day close. That's something they'll counter back and talk with us about. Something else the seller might try to negotiate on is the inspection timelines. The house might not be ready for inspections yet, or they may not want to provide that much time for inspections. But these are all things that the seller and you discuss during the negotiation process. And sometimes the seller wants more earnest money. They want a serious buyer, and in their mind, they think that a serious buyer puts more earnest money down. It's all relative and subjective to the buyer and to the seller, guys. Does that make sense? Okay. Not everyone's the same. It's all the same transaction. It's all the same steps, but everyone does it differently. And then the main thing to think about is no matter what the seller says, they want to sell the home or it wouldn't be on the market. They wouldn't be having it open for showings. Just like you want to buy the home, no matter what your initial offer says, you still want to buy the home. You took the time to write the offer, right? If you're not interested in buying the home, don't waste time writing the offer, guys. Wait till the one shows up that you do want to buy. Does that make sense? Thumbs up. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, after the offer is fully negotiated, then you've got your inspections, title, and financing. The home, termite, foundation, roof, heat and air, etc., etc. Sky's the limit when it comes to inspections, but you want to get all these things done that you're comfortable with. A lot of people just start out with termites, and a lot of people just start out with the home inspection. So those two inspections are the main two that a lot of people start out with. From those inspections, additional inspections may be warranted, and the home inspector will tell us at the time of that inspection. But if you, as a buyer, already know you want the roof inspected, you want the foundation inspected, you want the heat and air inspected, you want the electrical system inspected, by all means, get all the inspectors there that you want. You're getting ready to make a big purchase. I totally get it. Get as many inspections as you want. And then the title company is going to be making sure that you have clear marketable title from the seller to give to you, and they're going to be updating the abstract. The loan company is going to be working on the loan disclosures and the appraisal authorization. And at the same time, too, you're going to be providing all your income docs to the lender. Do not buy a car. Do not finance any furniture. Do not change your job. Don't change anything when it comes to you and your financial outlook during this time. Once you finish that loan application, don't buy a car, don't buy furniture, don't charge up your credit card, don't change anything. Try to keep the same exact financial footprint that you have when you complete that loan application throughout the entire process. If you buy a car, it could mess up your debt to income ratio. If you finance furniture, it could throw off the underwriter as a new line of credit and completely tank the deal on you buying a home. It's very, very important not to open up any new lines of credit, change jobs, or anything like that when you're buying a home. That makes sense? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, after the inspections, the title work, and the appraisal, there may be more negotiations. You got to ask yourself, am I happy with these inspections? Or are there some things that I still want to buy the home if these things were fixed? Now, they need to be material defects. They need to be something that's actually wrong that has a detrimental value on the property for the seller to have to fix it. You can't get the seller to go paint the room because you bought the house knowing the color of the paint of the room. Does that make sense? Okay. And is the title clear, or is something weird popped up? Like, do you have to have an easement, or are there judgments that need to be cleared? All sorts of things that can pop up on the title part of the home buying process. But get this, we just work through it all. Just like the home inspections, just like the title work, just like the financing, we just keep taking steps forward and working through it all. Because The reason that you're buying the home is the end goal. We just got to get through those steps to get you that end goal. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. Sorry, there were some gnats in here. Sorry about that. There were some gnats in here. Okay, appraisal comes back at value without conditions. Everything's great. If it comes back with some conditions, we work to get those conditions taken care of, and it's up to the buyer and the seller to negotiate how that works out. And then everything's been turned into underwriting, and we're going good on the underwriting side of things. Now, did the underwriting give the clear to close, or are additional documents needed to provide you the clear to close to buy your new home? And then, after all that's said and done, are you still happy and do you want to move forward? Now, there's very specific contractual timelines on the contract to get you to move forward. So we will be paying very close attention to each one of those deadlines and requesting extensions if we need to, or else you accept the home as is, or else the contract becomes invalid and it terminates on its face. So we will be working through this portion of the contract very rigidly, and we'll be staying on schedule. And at this time, the agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I, and you, we will be talking a lot during this portion of the contract. So getting past the negotiations of the inspections, the appraisal, and the title report, that's another big part of negotiations of the contract. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay. And then now, guys, it's all downhill. It's all downhill. This is it. 3 days prior to closing, you want to make sure your utilities are turned on and activated. You want to make sure that you've got them scheduled to be on the day of closing. You don't want to close and not have utilities, because when you close, the seller also has the right to shut off all the utilities at that time. So make sure those are all on. Make sure the funds are available for closing. You'll have a cashier's check, or you'll have wired the money to the title company. Verify any wires. Always, wire fraud is a real thing. I always tell people, get a cashier's check. It's up to you if you want to wire, but a cashier's check is a real tangible thing that you can hand the title company. You don't have to worry about a wire going to the wrong place and that money disappearing. Do not change jobs. Do not buy a car. Do not open up any new lines of credit. It's very important. Until you're closed, don't do any of that. It's very, very important. And then we go and we walk through your home. About an hour before closing or the night before closing, we walk through the home, make sure everything's fine, make sure a tornado hasn't sucked the house off of the foundation, and what you're buying is the actual home that you want to buy. Does that make sense? All right, perfect. And then we go to closing. We sign a stack of papers. Sometimes it takes 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes 40 minutes. We get through signing all that. And then the title company sends all that to the underwriter. The underwriter provides the clear to close. The title company provides the funding. And then the seller provides you the keys. And then that you have now bought your new home. So in 8 simple steps, that's it, guys. That's it. In less than 20 minutes, I was able to walk you through the home buying process. And it's really, really that simple. So I hope that you found value in today's video. Be sure to put any questions in the comments below, even if you're watching this on the replay, and be sure to scan the QR code to get a copy of the slides. And I update these slides before every single presentation so that you, as the customer, always have the most up-to-date slides. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel or liking the page. And don't forget to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The agents that I work with at eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to earn your business. That number right there is the best number to reach us at. And guys, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for coming to tonight's presentation. Have a great day.